Hello, my name is Christopher Renstrom, and I want to welcome you to my weekly horoscope predictions for February 5th to February 11th, 2024. Now, the theme for this week is break down or break through. Now, I imagine some of you out there are going, heavens to Betsy, Christopher, what do you mean by this breakdown or breakthrough? You make it sound so catastrophic. Well, it's not catastrophic, not really, but what I do want to do is pay homage to the fact that the Sun is forming a square to Uranus, the planet of revolution and change this week, and that is always a very volatile and unpredictable combination. Now, these squares between Sun and Uranus take place twice a year. They take place in January and in August. So basically, you can remember winter and summer. And they have been biannual events, taking place twice a year events, since 2019. Now, what does a Sun and Uranus square do? Well, what a Sun and Uranus square does is turn everything in your life upside down or inside out. In fact, the best way to think of a Sun-Uranus square is as a Mercury retrograde on steroids. So, does that mean like everything is going to go to hell in a handbasket? No, not necessarily. But what I do want you to keep in mind is that as we get close to the February 8th placement, there is a Sun-Uranus square taking place right before a new moon in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And so this new moon basically takes away the light in the sky. So when you have this energy of light diminishing in the sky, and then the Sun-Uranus square taking place, that can sort of leave you open to surprise revelations, unexpected twists, and something being thrown at you from out of left field. And because it's hidden by the dark of the moon, which is what the new moon stands for, it's something that you want to keep your eye out for so that you don't wind up getting blindsided. So with this Sun-Uranus square that's taking place, as I said before at the beginning, it's either going to come across in your life as a breakdown or a breakthrough. And I imagine some of you are like, well, do I get a third choice? Like, not neither of them? But no, it's going to be either breakdown or breakthrough. Now, should a situation in your life break down, the positive side to this is that this might be the only way that you can escape a rut or a difficult situation that you've been in that's been weighing down on you for weeks or even perhaps months. So sometimes when we feel stuck in a situation, it's only by something breaking down that we feel a release and a subsequent release. And if it's a breakthrough, well, if it's a breakthrough, you can consider this payback for all those upset apple carts you've been picking up after for the past few years. Hey, Sagittarius. Usually, you're open to new ideas and fresh perspectives. Not only you open to them, you actually welcome them. But it's hard to be in that frame of mind with the current person who is critiquing your performance in some way. It may be a job performance, and there's something about the way that they're critiquing you, or it could be a teacher or a trainer, but there may be something about their critique of you that's rubbing you the wrong way. Maybe it's the brusque manner, or the smug condescension, or this feeling that no matter what you do, there's no way that you could possibly get this right. This person just keeps finding the next thing that's wrong, and they're relentless about it. So it's really getting on your nerves. Now, unfortunately, this person is here to stay. And they're here to stay, especially if I'm describing a situation that you may be experiencing at work. The other thing that doesn't really help is that this person may be younger than you. So that might be another like, okay, so it's a critic, it's someone who's brusque, a bit smug, a bit condescending, and also a bit younger than you at the same time. Nevertheless, you have to find a way for the two of you to get along. Now, Sagittarians, when they're under the gun like this, can be pretty loud and abrupt themselves, like, get the hell off my case. Okay, or maybe even get the hell off my case. Okay, so that could come ringing out at the same time. But we're going to ask you to switch to a different Sagittarian channel, which is to show off your bonhomie, your good nature. So something you might want to think about instead of trying to figure out how to make this person happy or getting it right or all these sorts of things, what you might want to do is to turn to this person and to praise them sincerely and earnestly. You might want to say, oh, it must be hard to be in your position, critiquing this sort of a thing. Now you're really, really good at this, and I really, really want to understand. Um, and I just think you're really smart. And the points that you're bringing up are really, really well taken. So move in some praise with maybe even some commiseration. It must be difficult, or frustrating or something like that for you. What this is going to do is actually soften the person up. Um, Approval is something every human being on this planet craves. And even if it's someone who's telling you how to do your job, and if it's someone that technically you're seeking out their approval, the idea that you can approve of what they're doing, that you're saying, you're doing a good job, and I'm sorry that this is making it more frustrating, that actually puts the person in a position where you're saying they're doing a good job because they're as much um, fixated on the fact that they're not doing a good job. They're as much frustrated about this feeling that they're not doing a good job as you are frustrated in terms of hearing what they have to say and their demeanor. So if you can sort of reach out here, you can praise them for their smarts and their intelligence and their insights, and commiserate a bit with their frustration. What you're going to see is that you're going to see the guard drop. You're going to see a smile, and you're going to see the signs of a human being peeking out from this rather stolid and impervious facade that you've had to deal with.